What's up, everybody? Thanks for hanging out Bridgeside on this Monday night for another edition of Bridgeside Sports Live. Let me introduce you right now to the crew. To my left, I have my good friend, Winnie. Winnie Diapers, how you doing, baby?
What's up, Mike? What's up? I'd like to thank all of our veterans. I know Veterans Day this past Saturday, 11th, so thank you for everybody who plays their part in this, keeping this country the way it is. So,
no doubt.
Wow, very nice.
That's a great way to start the show.
I wasn't expecting that from you.
Yeah.
All right. Smooth. You're a good man.
I do what I
You
can.
had it in you. All right, and to his left, we got Chris, the analyst venture. How you doing on this Monday night? I know you're not feeling so great.
I'm a little pissed.
Yeah, we're going to get into
Just
that
a little
later.
bit.
But I am. I actually didn't even think you were going to show up when it immediately happened. And I think we, just looking at the shirt, we get the idea.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we weren't sure if we were going to see Chris tonight, but we'll talk a little bit about it. It's always good to talk about things, you know? Talk about things.
Good to get it out, you know?
You can't just let them just eat away at your soul, so that's okay. But I'm glad you're here, analyst. And then finally, manning the stat seat for the night, filling in for Donnie Beasley. We got Philly Cags, the Dr. Sports Science. How you liking it over there?
I like the view. It's a little different. I got the computers in front of me. I feel good.
All right. Awesome. Well, that's the crew for tonight. That's the show. No, I'm just kidding. We got a lot to talk about. First thing we're going to talk about is the question of the week, which we had a lot of great responses during the week. Our question of the week, who is more important to the Patriots' success? Is it quarterback Tom Brady, Golden Pony Boy, or is it the hoodie, Bill Belichick? Again, great comments all week. We can't wait to get that conversation started. If you have anything to say, please, we'd love to hear it out on Facebook. With no more further ado, we're going to kick off our Sports in 10. All right, let's get our clock up.
Ding, ding.
Let's get that clock up. Where we at? We're going to go without the clock, all right?
All right.
There it is. It always comes a little bit later than you'd expect, but it's all right. Chris, I'm going to start with you. We're going to talk NFL. Which has been the biggest surprise team? Has it been, listen, we just talked about the four big teams. Vikings, Eagles, Saints,
and Rams.
And
in
Rams.
the NFC, yeah.
So in the NFC, who's been the biggest surprise team?
I think the biggest surprise, I'm going to have to say the Eagles just because of how good they've been, but I think that the Saints are the truth.
The most legit.
The most legit, yeah.
Okay.
Because of, obviously Breeze is great, we know that. But now they got a 1-2 punch that no one can compare to in the running backs, at running back.
Right.
Alvin Simon, Theodore Kamara, and then you got, Mark Ingram, and then you got the defense, Marshawn Lattimore, my boy.
It's
my boy, Marshawn Lattimore, dirty.
They're winning games unlike in any other way they've ever won before. They always won games just by 45, 42.
Passing volume.
Now it's running and defense.
They scored 49 and Breeze didn't throw a touchdown.
It's absurd.
Crazy.
That's
6 rushing touchdowns.
Crazy.
So which team, if you say the Saints are the most legit, which team do you see making an early exit or maybe not even making the playoffs at all out of those four teams?
I think they're all four going to make it.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I think the Rams would be the early exit in the playoffs.
Wow.
You think they win the division
surprising.
or the Seahawks end up winning that division?
I think the Rams got it, man.
Yeah?
I think the Rams are legit, yeah.
So you think the Rams
I like
at
them
home
even
would
before the
lose?
season.
Get knocked out early if they win the division?
No, I'm saying like they could get out that first round, maybe the second round.
They're a
but they'll
young
get
team.
knocked out.
They're a young team.
All right. Switch it up to local sports here, local football. We'll talk about the Jets. Did the Jets just blow their season yesterday win? Is that it for the Jets?
I mean, I don't think many Jet fans really had a lot of hope for the season. However, with that being said, they did have a decent record and playing the helpless Bucks with no Winston, no Evans. I mean, that's a game. If you had any hope of making the playoffs,
You got to win.
had to win that game.
Yeah.
And they didn't. So, now I think they look forward to the draft, how most Jet fans thought at the beginning they'd be doing.
Yeah, we can go back to not talking about the Jets a whole lot, right? That was the game right there. They even off their record 5-5, maybe they end up being relevant at the end of the year, but it's hard to make a case.
They'll
for
be
that
crawling
happening
in
now.
if they
Between McCown and Fitzpatrick, there were two quarterbacks that played for a combined 15 teams.
Yeah. Chris, just talk Giants for a second. Is it lack of talent right now or lack of effort that is the reason the Giants are 1-8?
Well, it's kind of a combination of both because on offense, all those receivers hurt. There's a lack of talent there. There's a lack of talent at running back. There's a lack of talent on the offensive line. But on the defensive side, there's no lack of talent. I mean, there is, like, Apple's not great, obviously, but...
Apple's toast.
Yeah, Apple gets toasted.
Apple toast.
But that's a lot of the effort. You could tell that, like, Jenkins isn't really trying. Like, these guys aren't trying to make good tackles and stuff. I think they gave up on McAdoo. And the Giants are going to do it the classy way. They're going to fire him on Black Friday after the season. You know what I mean?
Black Monday.
Black Monday.
Black
I
Monday.
apologize. Black Friday.
Black Friday's coming up, though. You get
It's
all
coming
your-
up next week.
Get to
all
Best
your things
Buy.
at
Next week
Buy.
he's gonna
Yeah.
get fired. Yeah.
All right, let's talk about. Oh, Phil, what do you got over there?
I just want to say one thing about the
Yeah.
Giants. You know that they've given up a touchdown to a tight end for 10 straight games.
I know.
Every game
It's a
this
very
year,
weird
the tight end
stat.
scored a touchdown.
All right,
Absolutely no
Terrible.
effort.
That's actually
No,
absurd.
let's talk NBA. Huge game going on. We were watching here before Knicks.
Oh, yeah.
So when we got to talk about the Knicks right now. LeBron talking a lot of trash.
Yeah.
He took a shot, kind of. He said it was at Phil Jackson, but is it okay that he's talking about the Knicks players like this?
There's no reason. I know Dennis Smith's having a good beginning of the year or whatever, but just come out and say that when it makes zero sense. Has
No need.
nothing to do with anything. Jackson's clearly gone. Don't run your mouth for no reason. Another reason I hate LeBron, but that's a whole other story.
Yeah.
So he's got something to say.
He
Just
does.
Shut up and play.
Chris,
Sorry.
big trade this week. Bledsoe going to the Bucks. Now they got Giannis. They got Bledsoe. Is this a team that could actually do something in the East in the NBA?
I think that really helps. Yeah, I mean, I know the guy Brogdon is pretty good too. I mean, he
Middleton?
still needs time. Middleton's good. Even John Henson. I mean, maybe that's their weak point, like center.
Yeah.
They don't really have a true center.
Yeah.
But I think if they play Don Maker more, that guy's pretty good. And then you got, in February, Jabari Parker comes back. That guy's, last year didn't have a bad year.
If
Didn't
he
have a
comes
great year.
back,
But
you know how sometimes that works out.
well, supposedly he's been rehabbing, but still, they're going to wait till February, and maybe it'll help them make a push for the playoffs. If they could stay relevant and in the hunt till then, I think they have a chance down the line. Right now, I think they're all weaknesses, though. Obviously, they got the freak, though, so that really helps out a lot.
Unbelievable, that guy, huh?
Yeah.
He's ridiculous.
And then just in terms of early on in the season still, who's been the most impressive to you, a biggest surprise in terms of a player or a team in the NBA so
I
far?
mean, how do we not talk about the Knicks, right? I mean, I know.
I don't know, because are we too biased in saying
I don't know,
that,
maybe.
or
but
are they the biggest surprise?
I mean, they were up last check. They were beating the Cavs by what? 17 at the end of the fourth, 16 at the end of the fourth.
Yeah.
I feel like we get an update. But,
They're smacking
I mean, if you would have said that they would have beat
80 Knicks.
87-80,
caught up.
for crying out
Here we
loud.
go.
as I'm talking them up,
5:30 left in the fourth.
All
Nah,
right.
they didn't win that game. This isn't
They'll win that
this isn't the old Knicks. They'll be all right. With that being said, though, no Melo. Their defense is playing a million times better. Their ball movement is 1,000 times better. And Porzingis looks like a guy
star.
you can build around. He looks like a top 10 player.
Yeah, he definitely. made the
I mean,
next step, huh?
it's crazy. He's an athletic talent. He's a freak. 7'3", handles the ball well, shoots. I mean, you can't ask for much more than that as a Knicks fan, right?
Without a doubt.
We'll see how they do, though.
Yeah, we're gonna have to see if they
Well,
can
wait and
keep
see.
this going. But let's switch to my favorite. Now we got Cags out of his chair. We can talk a little NHL,
NHL.
ladies and gentlemen. All right, so let's start with win. Rangers are on a streak now. They had a horrible start to the season.
Yeah.
So why are they turning it around? What's going on?
Their power play's been a lot better.
Oh, okay.
they're,
you.
they're third in the league in power play percentage. They're like 24, 25%. All right.
Very interesting. Yeah.
There you go.
Nash had like 1 point in his first, I think, 7 games.
Guy's
I
a
want to
bum.
say.
Don't get me started.
Phil, you're not a big fan. I don't understand why. I don't get it, Phil. No, all right, no problem. It's all right. as he's fixing things.
All right, so it's the
But
power play.
Their power play. Nash is playing better, but I will say, with Nash's expensive contract, the people were talking with 2 weeks ago that they'd be moving him at the deadline. If they continue to play well, they're going to be buyers. I know it's only 20 games into the season.
The Rangers are always biased. They really
yeah,
are.
but Nash's contract has been very long and very unnecessary.
Let's switch to a team that is never the buyer, but always the seller and always the sad team. And it's my favorite team. It's the Islanders.
The Islanders.
They weren't
And
that
we're
sad
finally going
last
to talk
year.
about them a little bit. Come on, bro. It's kind of a mess. They're playing in Brooklyn, which I was very excited about, but it hasn't really worked out. They're looking for a
not
new
at all.
home for them. Chris, where do you see them playing a couple of years from now? Are they going to be playing in Brooklyn, back in
Probably
Long Island?
not, right? I mean, I think they
don't
might
want
go
them back.
to Long Island.
Yeah,
Belmont.
Barclays doesn't even want them. They
It's
can't
so
even find a
sad.
home.
It's
They're
really
an
That's
orphan,
terrible.
you know?
It's
just
really
like,
sad.
Wait,
I'll
but
tell
didn't they
you-
make the playoffs last year?
Yeah, they've
I-
been,
Come
they've
on,
been
like,
decent lately.
What the hell?
They have a
What's the problem?
top 5-10 player in the NHL in Tavares.
They'd rather sell tickets to Rihanna and all these things. They make a lot more money. That's what it is. But so
Then have
where
the
do you see them in
Islanders.
2 years? Just
2 years they're not here. They're in Long Island.
They're going to go
They're
back.
back in Long
I don't
Island.
know exactly where, but somewhere
They
in Long
need to
Island.
go back
at
to the
this
Coliseum.
point, I'll take that. If they can at least stay in New York, better than Kansas City or something like that.
They
you
need
know?
to go back to the Coliseum.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That was a great place to watch a hockey game. before they did anything.
It was all right. There was tons of problems.
Yeah,
all right?
there's a lot of
let's not
problems
get
with
into
the
it.
infrastructure.
No, there was tons.
It blew out the garden watching a
I
game. I'm
could
a
go
Ranger fan.
15 minutes.
The
to
sight
an hour.
lines were awesome.
Okay.
What are you kidding?
Well, that's one thing Barclays definitely doesn't
Barclays
have.
is horrendous, but
All right,
whatever.
know.
I
All right.
digress.
He digresses.
Let's
Win
talk
what?
a little baseball, because even though baseball season's
always
over,
talk
there's
baseball.
still always some things going on. Carlos Beltran
Yeah.
announced that he's retiring. So how does that make you feel? Do you
Makes
think
sense.
Do you think it's possible that he's like a guy that could make the Hall of Fame?
He might. I mean, you know what it is? He's got good numbers. I think he's got like 9 All-Star games. I don't think he's ever won an MVP. I think he came close, second or third. Phil, if you can double check that.
Yeah,
but
No, he didn't.
he definitely was high in voting a couple times. However, I think the fact that he's a nice guy and people like him, have so much to say about him, I think that goes a long way with the writers. I don't think he gets in early, but I think maybe 15 years down the line, he might be a guy on a weak year. He might get in.
He's
All
a
right.
borderline.
I think he's as scary as it sounds. He's got good numbers.
Chris,
know.
we're going to go a little bit quicker.
He was
now
fourth
through
in
the
MVP
baseball.
voting one year.
Fourth.
Okay.
That's really. There's no way he makes the Hall of Fame. If that's the closest he ever
well,
got.
what are
Chris,
his numbers?
no, we're going to move on. Thank
Well, why
you.
you no? What do you mean? Don't
Chris,
move on. This guy.
We got a
They're
minute.
talking about the Japanese Babe Ruth making the mainland. Okay,
Ohtani?
making his way. Ohtani. This guy going to be any good?
But is he going to pitch? Is he going to do
what's-
We're
both?
talking about the Japanese Babe Ruth instead of Carlos
I would
Beltran.
much
Yeah.
rather. Yes, actually, it's much more interesting.
Mask down.
Right. What do you think?
So, I don't know. I mean, Japanese pitchers tend not to last long, and they do good right away when they first come in. But it's a great deal for if the Yankees get him, it's a great deal for them because you're getting a guy that's probably worth $15 million a year plus, and you're going to probably get him for $3 million, something like that.
I mean, listen,
3, 4 million,
we're
5
gonna
million.
Spend, we're going to
He's gonna
spend a
get
whole
way
lot of
more
time.
than that.
Listen,
No, because you pay $20 million for the
Listen, this is
for
going to
the
be a big
international.
story. This is going to be a big story once he makes it. But I got to end with this, and I got to cut baseball short. Talk about Italy today, Chris. It's all you.
It was
Finish
a
up.
disaster. It's the coaching. They didn't put the right guys in. They should have never lost this game. Last time they didn't make the World Cup was 1958. That's almost 60 years ago. It's a disgrace. But you know what? What are you going to do? I'll go France, I guess. What am I going to do?
Really?
It
Go
sucks.
France.
Go France.
I
I'm
would
sorry. I have
never
to
expect
go
that.
France.
Yeah, I like France.
That's
you
your
choose
horse now?
France as your
They're my other team
your
besides Italy.
tertiary team?
Yeah, my tertiary team.
Tertiary.
Like the Kansas City Chiefs.
My
Very
God.
interesting. All right. Well, you know what? That was pretty tame. I thought you were going to get emotional, but thank you for.
I got
keeping it.
emotional before.
I'm sure
It's
you
out of my
did.
system now.
It's time to move on to the Are You Kidding Me for this week, which I know Wynn's got. I think he told me it's basketball related.
It is.
Winnie Babes, what you got for us?
And I'll piggyback off my New York Knicks statement earlier. The New York Knicks sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers. Sweep the Cleveland Cavaliers in the first round of the playoffs.
Okay, so
4-5 matchup. Knicks are the 5, Cavs are the 4. Knicks sweep them.
there's a lot to break down.
Clean
here. Okay,
sweep.
so we are going to be the 5 seed in the East. What record do you put us at to be the 5 seed?
In the East, they're going to do a little 46. What does that make them?
46 and 36?
Yeah.
Right?
Is that?
Yeah.
Yeah, 46 and 36. 10 games over.
10 games over.
How do you feel about that?
Well, what are they? 3 games over now? 2 games over
Yeah.
now? All right. So you're going to say that
They're a
they're going
young
to play
team.
at this pace the entire
They
season?
stay healthy. I think they're going to be a pretty good team. From what I've seen, they move the ball very well, like I said. Porzingis is a great talent. And Phil mentioned this earlier today in our production meeting. That trade they made for Melo.
Wait, we have production meetings?
You weren't invited. Don't worry about it. This was
That's the first
for
I ever
important
heard of that.
for important people. Phil said that the trade that they made for Melo actually looks better. Am I right, Phil? What did you say earlier today?
I said that actually, if you look at it, Cantor and McDermott are probably playing better for the Knicks than Melo's playing for the Thunder, just
Right.
at this point. And not only they just got rid of Melo, which helped that offense and Porzingis come back, but they got
it's a
good players.
It's a
back.
different world.
Cantor's playing really well for them.
Melo would get the ball.
What?
Clunk.
but the question is
Come
how
on.
they're gonna last because you need a good bench too later in the season,
listen,
and we don't know if I don't think they're
know.
that deep.
Well, you don't know,
But I got a question for
They're
you.
only
Lynn.
up 2 with
My
3 minutes
biggest.
left.
Oh, that's 2. They're gonna end up losing this game, and it's gonna it's gonna be your
if
fault.
they lose
you know
this
that,
game.
right?
My are you? Well, it's an are
Jinxed
you,
it.
it's an are you kidding me,
All
right?
right,
So
but I have a
you're supposed to be
question
saying,
for you.
are you kidding me?
Right. Okay. And we did. We definitely did. It was nice and bold. But my biggest thing is not with the Knicks being the 5. I think they're going to make the playoffs at this point.
Right.
I think they've shown that as long as
Oh,
they
the
get.
Cavs are
but
4?
the Cavs are a 4. I mean, even
They're not playing
I
very.
know
They look
they're not.
awful.
But come
Their
on, it's a
defense is
couple weeks.
disgusting.
Don't forget Isaiah
Yeah, it's
Thomas
so
is coming
early.
back soon.
Yeah, but
January.
if they're lingering around, let's say.
So what are the 3 teams that are going to finish above them?
Detroit Pistons, 10-3.
Yeah, all right. I'll leave right now after
Detroit Pistons.
Is it that crazy?
Celtics, you got ahead of them.
Is
right?
it that
Celtics won
crazy?
12 straight.
Is it that
All right,
crazy? The
so-
Celtics, right?
Okay, so Celtics. Who else?
Milwaukee.
Maybe.
Yeah. All right. Maybe I didn't think that through.
And
maybe
Washington?
maybe a 3-6. How about that? A 3-6 matchup.
A
instead of
3-6.
4-5.
Okay.
Does that make me feel? Is that a little better?
I guess.
Is that a little more believable?
That's
Maybe
a little more
instead
believable.
of 45 and what? What did we say? 45 and 37.
No, you said 46 and 36.
46 and 36.
Let's not-
Maybe like.
Let's not get bogged down by the record here.
I'm just trying to throw things out there. It's getting hot in here. It's just me.
Yeah,
Guys,
I'm dying.
Well, when you make
these
Spotlight's on
lights
you,
are out of
baby.
control. Wow.
Well, when you say crazy things like that, you start to sweat a little bit. But
Yeah.
I mean, look. So we talked about how they're going to shape up to be there, but then tell me about the sweep itself that's going to take place. A 4-game sweep.
Yeah.
The first 2 are going to be on the road.
Absolutely.
Is it going to dominate them, or is it going to be just a couple
All right.
close games?
LeBron, game 1, might go down with an injury. All right?
That's just
Come on.
Are you kidding me now?
That's much
What do you
bigger.
mean? They got to sweep him somehow.
I love that I got you all the way in.
Has he ever missed significant time with an injury in his
That's
in his
why.
career?
So, are you kidding me?
Oh my god!
There's no way the Knicks are going to sweep the Cavs with LeBron healthy. I never said he was going to stay healthy the whole time.
Come on, now you changed
So
the
then
whole
you should have
thing.
just said LeBron will get injured in the playoffs.
No. But it all
And
has
the-
to come
and
together.
they sweep.
It all has to come together.
All right, listen, we got 10 seconds here, Phil. We got to get an update on the Knicks game. What is the score?
It was in timeout, so still the same. 3:25 left, 94-92 Knicks.
All right, I think that
They
we all
came
know
back.
there's an 85% chance
They
they
lose that game.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
They lost
anyway,
momentum.
hey, listen, it's something to look forward. I'm excited about the Knicks.
It's been a long time.
That's nice.
It's been a
to be
long time since I
excited.
can say that.
All right, let's move it along. We got our Bridgeside Challenge of the week. We're getting away from the trivia this week, and we're going to move on to something a little interesting, right? We all see, I'm watching the games and the players arriving at the stadium, the way they walk through these days, and some of the outfits they got on and everything. It's very interesting.
beats.
It doesn't look like what Wynn's wearing here.
It's a Lululemon jacket, so take it easy.
All right, never heard of it, but sounds great.
I heard of it.
But NBA, NFL player fashion, it's interesting. So we're gonna do a little challenge here where we're gonna go around the room. Everybody's gonna get 2 different ones, 2 pictures where the face is blacked out, and you're gonna have to take a guess as to which player is wearing
Jesus.
this outfit. Okay.
All right.
So you're gonna have 15 seconds. We're gonna go one at a time. So for instance, this first one will be up to Win. Nobody else call out an answer. It's on Win. He has 15 seconds to guess. So it's up on the screen. Can we get it up on the screen? 15
We got
seconds on the
15.
screen. Win.
And I get the graphic.
Do we got the
All
graphic
right.
there? There it is for you.
Can we throw it up completely or
Let
no?
me see.
It's
here.
up there.
you go.
There it is.
I'm gonna go
Who is this wearing?
Who
showing
that?
the bare
Evan
midriff?
Ingram.
Midriff.
No, Des Bryant.
Des Bryant is incorrect. Let's take a look. It is Iman Shumpert.
Of course it is.
Iman Shumpert.
course.
What
Now,
does that
makes-
mean? Of course it is.
What
'Cause
led
he's
you?
a
What led
dirtbag.
you to say? First of all, do you guys?
Look what he's wearing.
do you
He's holding a
like-
minion in his hand. What the hell's he holding a minion in his hand for?
Do you like the bare midriff look?
I
No.
don't really
Zeke
have much
does
to
it.
say about
Zeke
this.
does do it. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
He looks
I
like a
just saw
bitch.
I saw tats, kind of jacked,
Very jacked, actually.
long
Ripped.
arms.
Win. Well, I got a
thought
question
Des
now.
Bryant,
Win.
yeah.
If your stomach looked like that, would you maybe wear a shirt like that?
I'd have no shirt on at all times.
At all times.
Are you kidding me?
Everywhere he goes. He's teaching classes
So
with no shirt on.
I think we have to consider that. The Minion, I'm not sure. I don't really understand. Maybe
Yeah,
it's
I don't get
some
the
kind
Minion.
of a premiere for a
It's
Pixar
an inside
movie.
joke.
I don't know.
Pixar.
But anyway, we're gonna move along. That is a big X for Winnie. But Chris, it's on you. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Can we get 15 seconds on the clock? Oh, nice and
What's up?
And here we go.
Oh, jeez. That's Ezekiel Elliott. He's
It
the
is
worst.
indeed Ezekiel
He's
Elliott.
Come on, that was so easy.
He's
Are
an
you kidding me?
embarrassment.
Look, there's still 8 seconds. Are you sure?
He's got a
you
bow
want-
tie with a freaking his belly out. What the hell's
So-
going on?
He actually looks worse than Shumpert.
He's terrible.
He actually has a little bit of a belly.
I mean, come on. It's still
He's not
pretty,
as ripped as
he's
Shumpert.
pretty jacked.
It
but
doesn't matter.
You
though.
didn't
That
think we were
shirt's
going to go
terrible.
2 straight bare midriff.
Bare
photos.
midriff.
So what do we think about this look?
I hate it.
You hate it.
Hate it.
So he wore this to the
How's that comfortable?
NFL draft.
I don't think you're worried about comfort.
Yeah, but how is that even
is
stylish?
a tuxedo comfortable?
Dude? It's like almost wearing a bra for a girl. Are you kidding me?
The manzia.
Yeah, it's like
the bro.
It's like
He wore that to the draft.
I believe
It
so.
said
It
NFL draft
says
in the
NFL
background.
draft in the
He
back.
shot.
But you know, it's like
He
that. You know that
shot.
like old college look where like running backs and stuff would show.
Yeah,
their-
but that was
yeah.
a football
That's
game.
during
That
the
was
game.
a football
well, he's
jersey.
carrying
Not with
it
a
over
bow
into
tie.
his personal life.
With a bow tie.
He's wearing a bow tie.
Listen, it's
With that.
interesting. I don't know.
Oh, man.
I don't know how I feel.
I
about
don't
it.
like
right.
it at all.
All right, let's move on. Phil, you ready? Can we get 15 seconds on the clock?
For the Bridgeside Challenge.
Here we go.
That's a man.
That's
It's a man, baby.
like Sid Vicious from a punk rock star.
We got 6 seconds. We're gonna need a guess.
I'm gonna go only punk star Russell Westbrook.
Let's take a look. It is indeed Russell
Of course.
Westbrook.
That is a great call.
That
Come on,
is a
he's
good
Did you
always
know
with those
that?
odd things.
Was
No,
it-
no,
did
I
you-
knew the
did you
first
get
two.
that in the production
I knew
meeting?
the first two. That's why I was skipped out. I knew the first.
No.
two.
Are you kidding me?
First
That
of
was
all,
some
I got a whole
call.
problem that you guys are having production meetings without me. You guys have a
got a
spread? Is
problem.
there like cold cuts and stuff?
Talk to our Bridgeside.
I will. So,
Director.
so you are correct. This is Russell Wilson, who is
Russell Westbrook.
Russell. Well, it's not Russell Wilson. Russell Westbrook, who's known for his very interesting ensembles.
Well, he's no more,
And
Phil,
more
I
than
am
that.
shocked you got that.
I mean, what do you guys think? Good? Not good?
Terrible.
That's terrible. I'm sorry.
Terrible.
I don't know. I think it's kind of cool.
No.
Look at the shirt, man.
All right, let's get 15 seconds on the clock. We're going back to Winnie.
Looks like it's a mothballs problem. A moth problem in his jaw.
Here we go.
What is that?
Oh, jeez.
Is that Waldo? Like, what is that?
Come on, man.
That's an athlete?
We're gonna need a guess.
This might
We
have
got
to turn
7
into come on.
seconds.
Are you kidding me?
What the hell?
the
Who's
Riddler?
guessing?
I got nothing.
That is Michael Beasley.
Oh, I used to love
You
him.
could have given me now
That
until
was tough,
next
man.
week's show. I never would have got
You know,
that.
the only thing is, like, Chris and I got Ezekiel and Russell Westbrook. Two
You mean
That was,
Michael
that was rough.
Beasley?
That was rough. But you know what? That's what you get, Win, because you make crazy calls about the Knicks and stuff.
He-
What do you guys think? Should we even spend any time
He
talking
looks like a
about this?
checkerboard.
Does this
What
outfit
is
make
that?
any
That's-
sense?
Is that shirt pink also?
It's a pink
might
shirt.
be the worst one.
Hoodie.
Yeah. I don't,
Wow.
I don't even know what he's going for. All right, let's get
Like a
15
painter
seconds on the
and
clock
shit.
because we're going over to Chris.
What do we got?
NBA/NFL player fashion.
Oh, it's NBA and NFL. That's
Well,
it?
you know, I think that's the majority
That
of
makes
them.
sense.
For some reason, they dress the craziest. Can
Well,
we get
no.
15 seconds on the clock? Beautiful. And away we go.
Oh, that's a nice outfit. All right.
There we go. We got a positive comment.
I like that.
That is.
What do you think? Who might dress stylish?
Thomas Brady.
No.
Thomas Brady.
It's
probably not
a white
best
person.
Oh, okay. Cam Newton. I don't know.
That's a pretty good guess, but it is Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Chris Paul.
Now that's more
Sharp.
normal.
That's sharp.
Yeah, I think that's pretty sharp.
Doesn't he model for Express or something?
I don't know.
I don't know. He does the commercials.
The Allstate, I know.
The
That's
Allstate
a
commercials.
nice look.
That's fresh.
Yeah, that's
classic.
pretty
That's all
classic.
right.
Classic,
Chris
timeless.
Paul.
That's a very good look.
Just
first
went up
one.
my book a little bit.
All right, so we're all in favor of that one. And
That guy's giving a thumbs up.
yeah,
I agree.
so finally we got the last one here. It's going to Cags. Let's put 15 seconds on the board. What's the score right now?
I got one.
You got one.
I
so
got
this is-
negative, I think.
This is for the win.
This
here.
is for the win here.
If Philly Cags can get this, he is yet again the winner of our Bridgeside Challenge. 15 seconds on the clock. And away we go.
His hands
I know who
behind
that
his
is.
back.
Mark Madsen.
That's I
The
believe
guy
that,
that doesn't know how to dance from the
Yeah, guy
Lakers when they
danced
won
at
the
Lakers thing.
I think that's Eli Manning.
Mark Madsen is the guess from Philly
Peyton,
Cags.
I think it is.
Let's see. It is Eli
It's
Manning.
Eli.
Oh my God! Do I get that? Do
You
I
do
get
not
the one?
get it. That is
Come
not
on!
part
I
of
got
the
Michael
game.
Beasley.
His hands behind his back.
By the way, I don't
It's like a 4-year-old.
but the Cavs are winning 100-97.
Oh my God! When
Are
you
you
are
kidding
just
me?
That's only 3 points.
I got to stop making predictions.
yeah. Well, guys, what do we think about
I'm
this
mush.
outfit though? Just to finish.
Why is his hands behind
He
his
looks
back?
like
What
a
is he
frat
doing?
boy.
It's part.
Look
he
at his
does-
smile.
He
Look at
looks
his
like
smile.
He
he,
looks so
That
young.
is some smile.
he looks like he
That's some
plays
smile,
lacrosse. Like he might have been involved in the whole Duke problem.
Put that picture up again, please. It's a face only a mother could love, huh?
Yeah, but
That's
anyway.
That's
terrible.
one of his better pictures. What are you talking about?
It's still bad.
All
Look
right,
at that smile.
That's gonna wrap up our Bridgeside Challenge of the week. Our winner is a tie.
Gonna wrap up Eli's
It's
career.
We
a
all
tie.
had one.
Yeah, we can make it a three-way tie. Sure. Great job, guys.
All right.
We all
had a
won.
lot of fun. It's time to switch it up now. We are going to our question of the week. Cags, I know you're going to come through and you're going to give us all the good comments as well that we had during the week. It was a big one. A lot of people felt strongly about it. Just to restate it, who is more valuable to the Patriots? Is it Bill Belichick or Tom Brady? The forum is yours. When you could start it up. What do you think?
All right. I'm going to start by saying it's Mr. Brady.
Okay.
Simply for the fact that Belichick was a head coach before him, wasn't great with the Browns. I know, obviously, different teams, whatever the case may be, but I don't think you can substitute a quarterback like that. I know they go hand in hand, but I think he's the best. So I think Brady.
Well,
He's the best.
I mean, is he the best quarterback still in the league, or is
Yeah.
Rodgers better?
No, I take Brady. I mean,
Overall, I mean, Rodgers isn't done.
Rodgers may have the better arm and better mobility, and
He's much older.
Just, I guess, physically, he might be a more talented quarterback, but I think I would still take Brady. How can you not?
But how come he's got one championship, though, and Brady's got how many?
Belichick.
5.
Yeah, so then you just said it was Brady.
It is Brady, but Belichick helps the other side of the ball.
Okay.
Right? So who's more valuable to their team? I still think Brady's more valuable, but when you're comparing Rodgers and Belichick and McCarthy now, it's a huge difference. I think Belichick's the best coach far and away, but, I still think it's a players' league, and if Belichick was, the reason, he'd be getting paid $20 million a year, not Brady.
Okay. Chris, what do you think about it?
The answer is Robert Kraft.
I don't believe it was an option.
It makes
I know,
a mean
I know.
block of
Robert
cheese.
Kraft. No, but I'm saying I think that it's
that really
Belichick because
Isn't he the cheese guy?
Robert Kraft is the owner of the.
Yeah, I know, but
does he have something to do with Kraft?
Yeah, he
cheese?
does. He did.
Yeah, okay.
I never knew
He
that.
did. He does. Who knows?
Wow.
But no, it's Belichick. I think because one, quarterbacks could get hurt. This quarterback did get hurt.
He did get
and he
hurt.
brought them to an 11-5.
Was that 2008,
Coaches don't,
I think?
except for Sean Payton. And then he's more important. He's the one that makes the whole team go. Even if Brady's gone, I still think they're going to be a really good team. You could have a good quarterback, not Brady, and they'd be really good.
You ain't winning the Super Bowl without Brady, though.
Yeah, but look, you look
Let's
at
be honest.
other great quarterbacks, Peyton Manning, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers. They all have pretty much one Super Bowl. I don't count Peyton's with Denver because that was all the defense, but they won it themselves. Maybe those years you could say, but you always need a little bit of help, and a quarterback can't really do it alone and win all those Super Bowls. Together, obviously they're legendary, but I think Belichick is more important for the overall.
So you think,
for the whole
if there's
franchise.
no Belichick involved, and then after I just ask you this question, I want to kick it over to Phil for some comments. You think if there's no Belichick involved, Brady has how many championships? How many Super Bowls?
If there's no Belichick,
Yeah. Does he
3.
have- Oh, so he's still got 3.
Still got 3.
That sounds like he's...
But without Brady, I think Belichick could get 4.
Okay. All right,
What?
listen. Let's kick it over.
Yeah.
Hey,
Belichick
stop
would-
there for a second. I'm going to kick
Absolutely.
it over to
No
Kags.
way.
Kags, what do we got
Did it
on,
with Bledsoe
on the
when he was
interweb over there?
Well, we got from Juanito Esperanza says Belichick went 11-5 without Brady, but missed the playoffs when that would usually be good enough to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he said Brady would put up good stats, but not nearly as good as any other system. We have a few from people. We have Dasan Ali from Brooklyn says that the true MVP is the cameras and the deflated footballs. So
Wow.
he's alluding to
Low blow.
Robert Kraft.
Spygate and Deflategate. We got Eric Giannini saying Belichick hands down. And we have Robert Mifsud saying Mike Ditka. So
Mike
we
Ditka.
kind of missed the point there. I guess
Eric
that was a little
Mangini.
out there than Robert Kraft. My 2 cents is I believe it's Belichick. I believe the best point was by 11-5, and I think Brady's fantastic.
They didn't
Yeah.
make the playoffs.
But I think the 11-5.
But
they
that's
were
1 year,
11-5.
They're two
They were
legends.
11-5 with Castle.
Big
They
deal.
went 3-1 with Jacoby Brissett and Jimmy Garoppolo.
Garoppolo's dirty though.
How do you know? How are you
Yeah, but
sure
who are
that
they
Garoppolo's
playing?
dirty? How are you
we're really
sure
not
that
sure.
Garoppolo's
Because
I'm
what we
assuming
saw
he's Italian.
with Castle is once Castle left,
was
he was
terrible
drunk.
as soon as he left.
But
Yeah.
you're
People
talking
actually thought
about
he was
one.
legit.
You're talking about one player, one quarterback, one season, and you want to talk about 4 games without Brady? Ooh.
Well, that's the only. But what else can we compare?
right, but
Brady's
how many-
never played without
See,
Belichick. We
right,
can't
you
compare
can't
that.
really-
Okay, I understand that, but you're telling me that just watching what Brady does on the field, you don't think his offense, wherever he might be, would be similar without Belichick?
There's no. It's a tough answer, but I have to pick one, and I'm going Belichick. I think the system really benefits.
So if you take Brady away from the Patriots, right? You still think Belichick has 5 Super Bowls? How many do you think he has? Do you
no,
think he's any?
no,
not.
but I don't think Brady has 5 Super Bowls without Belichick.
So do you think where's there more
Right.
of a chance of winning? If Brady was with Brady with a random coach or Belichick with a random quarterback?
That's a really tough question to answer, but I'm going to stick by my answer and say Belichick.
Yeah.
Nah, no, you guys.
Because that random person has so many variables. How can I know?
Okay, the random team has so many
I understand,
variables.
I
But if
understand.
somebody said to you right now, rewind 20 years, you can have Tom Brady.
remember,
you can have
Belichick's the
Tom
GM of
Brady
that
or
team,
Bill
too.
Belichick.
Listen, you got to understand.
doesn't work like
You got to remember, Belichick's GM as well. Not only is the coach, he's the
understand
GM.
that. Okay.
So all the guys Brady throws to,
That's a
Belichick
huge
makes
part.
the decisions.
That's a huge part in it.
I understand
and
that. but
I
it's a
think we need
players'
to
league.
remember that. But also, listen, Brady is a once in a generation kind of guy.
Absolutely. Brady's unbelievable.
And he also, I think a big part of it is the way he handles pressure. He's unlike any other quarterback.
So you
really.
think Brady?
Montana
I do think
is the
it's
closest
Brady.
Wow.
thing.
So even though Belichick, I'm not going to dispute that he is a phenomenal coach and GM, and the guys that he surrounds the team with is amazing. I mean, they had Randy Moss that year.
Well, let me
What
ask you a
happened.
question.
But it's because Brady was quarterback. He got the most out of his guys.
Right. Well,
he
let me
gets
ask you a
the
question.
most out of players.
Who's a better quarterback, Rodgers or Brady?
1 and 1A to me.
Okay, so how come Rodgers has 1 Super Bowl and Brady has 5?
Because Brady's with the defensive-minded coach in Belichick.
I mean, so it's the
McCarthy-
coach.
Yes, because the coach can affect the defensive side of the ball too.
But the coach could affect everything. Game plan,
listen,
scheme,
I understand
everything.
that completely.
Listen,
I'm
there's
not
a lot of
arguing
different
that
factors
fact.
here, but we're putting one against the other, and I think the most valuable to the Patriots team. I think if you take Tom Brady away, it's a much worse result than if you take Belichick away. I think that you even said they would still have.
They'd
won
still be good,
Super
yeah, because
Bowls.
they're both legends. You know what I mean? They're both really great. They're the best at their job.
Yeah.
But the coach is more stable to me. That's what's going to build a franchise. I know a quarterback could help build a franchise, but look, all these other great quarterbacks have 1 Super Bowl ring.
Don't forget,
they
these
don't
guys
have
wanna-
multiple Super
Don't
Bowls.
forget,
but
these
they
guys
also
want to
played
come.
Brady.
These guys want to come to the Patriots to play with Tom
They
Brady.
did play Brady, but they played Brady and Belichick. That's why.
Except Eli.
Belichick also got Troy Brown to play cornerback one year, and they won the
Oh
Super
my
Bowl.
God!
He makes the most out of his players. You know.
All right, listen. I mean, this is a great debate, and we could talk about it forever.
I think
It
we
is
should
a
come
great
back to it
debate.
next
It's a
week.
great
But,
debate.
But listen, that's all the time we have for tonight's show.
No doubt.
Please tune in tomorrow to Bridgeside Live, where we got Bad Faces that's going to be performing right here on stage. Once again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again this time 9:30 next Monday night. Peace out.
Go Bridgeside.